The call came at 3:17 p.m. on a gray Tuesday in March. I was half dozing in the green vinyl recliner in room 214 of Maple Grove Assisted Living when the phone buzzed against my chest. Marcus. I smiled, thinking maybe he was checking on his old man for once. "Dad, quick thing," he said, words tumbling fast. "We sold the farm and the '67 Mustang. Investors are flying us to Silicon Valley tomorrow. This is it. I'll make you proud. Gotta run. Love you." Click. 48 years ended with that click. 48 years of teaching him to throw a curveball in the side yard, of letting him steer the tractor when he was barely tall enough to see over the wheel, of paying for college, braces, the wedding, the down payment on the house he and Jenna lived in. 48 years of believing that when Evelyn took her last breath in my arms on the porch swing, our boy would finally step up. I stared at the silent phone until the screen went dark. Around me, the lounge hummed with the soft sounds of forgotten people, oxygen machines, Jeopardy reruns, the squeak of rubber-soled shoes. I waited for the hurt to hit. It didn't. Instead, a strange, cool calm slid into my chest, the same calm I'd felt the morning Evelyn died, when the world narrowed to just her hand in mine and the smell of her lavender soap. Because Marcus didn't know something. My name is Harold Jenkins. I'm 75 years old, retired mechanic, widower, and until that phone call thought I knew my only child. I was wrong. 8 months earlier, 2 weeks before Evelyn passed, she had pressed a thick manila envelope into my grease-stained hands while the hospice nurse stepped into the kitchen. "Harry," she whispered, voice thin as onion skin, "put this in the barn safe. Wedding date combination. Only open it when you're ready. Promise me." I kissed her forehead, told her to quit talking nonsense, and did exactly what she asked. Then grief swallowed me whole, and the envelope disappeared under layers of pain. But betrayal has a way of burning grief off like morning fog. The next day, I signed myself out on a day pass, took the facility van to the empty farmhouse, walked straight to the barn. The old fire safe was right where it had always been, behind the stack of license plates I'd saved since Nixon was president. The dial turned smooth as ever. 6868. Inside lay the envelope, my name written in Evelyn's careful teacher cursive. I carried it to the kitchen table, the same scarred pine table where she graded papers for 35 years, where Marcus did long division with a flashlight during ice storms, where we carved 48 Thanksgivings into the wood. Elle opened it with the paring knife Evelyn used for peeling apples. Deeds to 12 rental houses in Cleveland. Title to a lake cabin in Hocking Hills. Stock certificates for companies I'd never heard of. A 10-page letter folded like the love notes she used to tuck in my lunchbox. "My dearest Harry, if you're reading this, I'm already dancing with the angels and you're missing me, something fierce. I'm sorry for the secrets, but some lessons a boy has to learn the hard way. Every overtime Saturday you worked, every dress I never bought, every vacation we skipped, I invested, quietly, patiently. We own the rentals, the cabin, the warehouse downtown, where Marcus thinks he pays rent to some faceless LLC, and stock that grew like corn in July. All told, about $9 million last month. All in your name alone. I never wanted our son to love us for commas and zeros. I wanted him to love the man who came home with grease under his nails, and the woman who made apple butter at midnight so the house would smell like heaven. Use it however your heart tells you, old man. But if Marcus ever forgets where he came from, remind him gently, or don't. That part is yours now, forever and then some. Evelyn, I read it 4 times. Then I laughed out loud in that empty house, a rusty bark that startled the barn cats and echoed off rafters that still smelled like hay and motor oil. Marcus thought he had sold everything. He had actually just handed me the keys to everything. Did not call him back. I called Elena Ramirez, Evelyn's estate attorney and Thursday night bridge shark. She met me the next morning in her quiet office that smelled of lemon polish and justice. "Morning, Harry," she said, eyeing me over her glasses. "You look dangerous." "Feeling it," I said, and slid the envelope across the mahogany. She read in silence, eyebrows climbing higher with every page. When she finished, she let out a low whistle. "Your wife was a pirate," she said. "An elegant cardigan-wearing pirate." We began the slow, invisible work of reclamation. The farm sale was voided in 10 days. Marcus never had proper power of attorney. The Mustang was trailered home from a collector in Dayton who felt like a dog once he learned the truth. The 12 rentals quietly retitled to me. The warehouse loft where Marcus and Jenna lived left that one untouched for now. Meanwhile, I played my part to perfection. The bewildered widower abandoned by his ungrateful son. Church ladies brought casseroles. The activities director spoke to me in that syrupy voice reserved for the pitiable. I thanked them all, eyes down, shoulders rounded, hands trembling just enough. Inside, I was forged steel. Marcus's app, some Al that scheduled dog grooming appointments, launched with champagne selfies in May and crashed in August. Investors sued. Jenna took the golden retriever and moved to Portland. Marcus came home with one duffel bag, a patchy beard, and eyes that had seen the bottom of the barrel. Elle was rocking on the porch of the farmhouse, my porch again, when the Uber crunched up the gravel drive. October wind moved the corn stubble like an ocean. He climbed the steps slowly, like a man walking to his own funeral. "Dad," he croaked, "I lost everything. I'm so sorry. Can I stay?" Elle looked at him a long time. Somewhere a red-winged blackbird called, the same bird that sang the morning Evelyn died. "Course you can, son," I said. "Barn apartments empty?" He broke down right there on the porch boards, ugly, snotty sobs against my shoulder. I held him the way I had when he was 6 and fell off the hay wagon and thought he'd broken his arm. Turns out, just pride. Elle fed him bacon and eggs every morning. He got a job stocking shelves at the Walmart 30 miles away. Came home smelling like cardboard and floor cleaner. Fell into bed, too tired to dream. I never mentioned the money. Months passed. He lost the city softness, gained calluses. Started mowing Mrs. Henderson's lawn because she reminds me of Mom. Sent half his paycheck to Jenna for the dog's allergy meds, even though she never answered his texts. Bought a used Chevy pickup with cash so he wouldn't owe anybody anything ever again. One December came early that year. First real snow fell the night he worked a double shift and came home with frost on his eyelashes. We sat at the kitchen table drinking cocoa thick enough to stand a spoon in, Evelyn's recipe. He stared into his mug. "I was a selfish bastard, Dad. I thought money was something you just manifested with the right pitch deck. I threw away everything you and Mom built like it was nothing." Elle let the silence sit. Finally, he looked up. "How long are you going to let me keep punishing myself?" I slid a key across the table, the key to the warehouse loft. "Long enough," I said. He stared at it. "What's this?" "Rent's due on the 1st. You've been late 4 months?" His face went white. You own the warehouse?" "Been owning it since before you were born." Elle laid the folders out one by one. Deeds, stock summaries, trust documents, bank balances with all those zeros. He read in silence, tears dripping onto the mahogany. When he finished, he couldn't speak. "I let you fall, son. I said quietly. Because you needed to know what the ground feels like. Needed to stand in it barefoot long enough to remember who put shoes on your feet in the first place. He tried to talk, couldn't, just cried, like the little boy who used to run to me when thunderstorms scared him. I reached across and took his hand, callous now like mine. Your mother hid the money so you would love us poor first. I hid it a little longer so you would learn to love us rich second, and yourself never. He laughed through the tears, a broken sound. I don't deserve any of it. No, I agreed, but you're going to earn it anyway. Spring came slow that year. Marcus kept the stocking job 3 nights a week. The other nights he took night classes, business ethics and small engine repair. He paid rent on the barn apartment, 20% of every paycheck deposited straight into the account for the country food pantry. He bought the Mustang back from the Dayton collector with his own money, 1 paycheck at a time, and spent weekends under the hood with me, greased to his elbows again, laughing when it backfired, just like when he was 16. One Sunday in June, we took the car out, top down, even though it was 90 degrees, and drove the back roads we used to cruise when he was in a car seat. We ended up on the hill overlooking the farm, the same hill where Evelyn and I watched sunsets for half a century. Marcus killed the engine. Corn stretched green to the horizon. The sun bled orange and gold. He reached into the glove box and pulled out an envelope, the same kind Evelyn used. Inside was a single sheet in his handwriting. Dad, I can't ever undo what I did, but I can spend the rest of my life trying to be the man you and Mom raised instead of the one Elle became. The farm is yours. The money is yours. I just want to work the land beside you, if you'll let me. No salary, no title. Just a son trying to give back 1 blade of grass at a time. Love, Marcus. I read it twice. My eyes weren't dry. Elle looked over at him. He was crying openly now, shoulders shaking. I reached across the seat and pulled him into a hug, the way I hadn't since he was small enough to carry. The Mustang's leather still smelled like Evelyn's lavender perfume, faint after all these years, but there if you knew where to breathe. I forgave you a long time ago, son, I whispered against his hair. Your mother and I just needed you to forgive yourself. He sobbed harder. Elle held him until the sun slipped below the corn and the first fireflies came out. When he finally pulled back, eyes red, nose running, he laughed through it. Drive us home, Dad? Elle handed him the keys. He turned the ignition. The V8 rumbled awake, steady and strong as the day Evelyn first sat shotgun in it. Patsy Cline came on the old radio, crazy. The same song playing the night I proposed to Evelyn under these same stars. Marcus eased us down the hill toward the porch light, glowing on its timer, the light Evelyn set the day before she died and never turned off. Halfway home, he reached over and took my hand, grease-stained, trembling, but steady enough. I squeezed back. Some things you can sell. Some things come back the minute you remember their worth. And some things, like the smell of lavender on warm leather and the sound of your son's laugh when an engine catches just right, never leave at all. We drove the rest of the way with the windows down, wind in our hair, the radio low, and the porch light growing brighter against the dark home. If you liked my story, you can support me by making a donation so I can write more stories. Thank you in advance. And you, what would you do in this person's place? I would love to hear your opinion, so please share it with me in the comments. I'm always curious about what you all think, and also write me where you heard this story. For more life stories like this, like the video and subscribe to my channel. There are many other stories waiting for you. With heartfelt greetings,